Hello everybody, welcome to another Buppy Park stream. We're continuing Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Episode 5, Rise from the Ashes. It doesn't say turnabout. I feel betrayed, but okay. Last time on the episode, we were gathering evidence on basically our good old Emma Sky's sister. I believe her name is Emma Sky. Actually, we can look at the profiles. Yeah, alright. There's Emma Sky, age 16, high school junior and self-styled scientific investigator, client sister of Lana Sky, and also incredibly down bad for Miles Edgeworth, who is the prosecutor of this trial. Detective Gumshoe he's here right now in front of us. He can't really give us any information. They kicked him out of the police precinct. And Lana Sky are the defendant, our client here, and she's just saying that she did it, and she's just like, fucking, I give up, which is obviously not true. But you know, it's good that she thinks that. I also didn't check my audio. I gotta check if my mic is good. Hang on. Sorry for the pause there. All right, we're good. Let's just, yeah. And we also met Angel Stark, who's gonna be the witness probably, who's coming up to trial. Mysterious lunch lady. She has a weenie on her head and a rice. I think it's a weenie, or also a rice ball, aka a hamburger, in some colloquial known areas. Witness of the murder, known as the Cough-Up Queen. To be honest, I'm saying all of this just so I can remember as well, because I kind of forgot it. And we have some evidence. Letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe allows Bearer to investigate the crime scene, so now we can investigate it even more fully. This Blue Badger panel, this work of art, designed by the chief detectives in Detective Gumshoe, where he was just out here dancing in front of it. A parking stub. The record of the parking in the prosecutor's office, or enter lot at 512. I assume that was Edgeworth's parking stub. This is also Edgeworth's King of Prosecutors trophy. It is stupid. It's also supposed to be a shield, but it's broken for some reason. King of Prosecutors at the police department on the day of the murder. The murder weapon, usually in Edgeworth's toolbox, traces of the victim's blood, no prints. And the investigator card at the crime scene here of this dude, our victim here, Bruce Goodman, Saul Goodman's brother. I love that portrait of her with her glasses down. It's like, I'm smart. Attorney's badge. We should check this Blue Badger panel more. Can we analyze it? No, we cannot. What about the letter introduction? We can. Who is this? Why is the name crossed out? Hey, look here. It looks like something's been crossed out. Maybe it was a letter or something to Detective Gumshoe. Let's see. Annual bonus. $20. I think a couple of zeros are missing. No, that sounds about right. At least in the detective's case. Oh, man. Maybe I should rethink my career as an investigator. Don't worry, you'll be fine. $20 annual bonus? He didn't have enough money to give us a different envelope for his annual bonus. He just crossed it out. Oh my god. I didn't even read that. Alright, we're moving back to the crime scene. I'm gonna go investigate fully, because we also met the sheriff around these parts, a fucking cowboy. I don't understand. Looks like the investigation is still going. I have to get back to my shop. Sorry, looks like I'll be stuck at this pit till the sun sleeps. I'll see you in my dreams tonight then, baby. Oh, that's not. I thought that was the cowboy. She said something about till the sun sleeps. I thought that was him. Oh, still here? Hello? Why the surprised looks? Didn't I mention? got a boyfriend in criminal affairs, too. What happened to the security guard? He left. Hey, what's wrong, Bambino? You're looking like a doggy that's lost its herd. Are you drinking on the job? Jake Marshall. Strange guy to put in charge of a crime scene. This fucking theme song is just killing me. The victim. There's something I want to ask you. The scene of the crime. Cold grave for men who've lost their dreams. And me? I watch over them as they sleep. Dreaming of the desert's harsh judgment. And he's just become stoic. What? He's asleep. Well, should we show this hopeless case something to catch his interest? No, Marshall, talk to us. Something I wanted to ask you. Oh, no, yeah. Alright. Fine. Present the damn letter of introduction. Would you mind reading this for me? What's this? I warn you, fan letters to me go right in this spittoon. Why do you have fan letters? It's a letter of introduction from Detective Gumshoe. May we investigate? Gumshoe? Ah, that old cow dog. You holding a birthday party or something? Huh? Look, where it should say letter of introduction, it says invitation. Gumshoe! Ah, I think he just miswrote it. Wait, why am I getting all defensive here? No worries. This proves it's from Detective Gumshoe. Better than a blood test. It's so true. Guess I better let you in then. Thank you, Officer Marshall. Oh, that's right. He's a patrolman, not a detective. Which reminds me. Hey, wait a sec. Isn't a crime that's supposed to be handled by a detective or higher? Well, folks. The clues are calling. Welcome to our gold strike. Be like the settler. Strike out of for lands unknown. Manifest destiny. Let's have a hootenanny. What the fuck are you talking about? Note to self. Police investigators are like settling land. Well, Mr. Wright, what do you say? I say I won't be needing this anymore. Just repeats it. Crumpled and discarded. Yeehaw indeed, second. Tell me about this. Alright, compadre, count to 3. Huh? You gotta do that if you're gonna draw evidence on someone. What? That's what we do in Texas. Why we never to visit Texas? It's parking stop. 5:12 p.m. The prosecutor's bright red steed came in like a trot. Real slow like. Trot? My Madonna tells me the crime occurred 3 minutes later. Your Madonna, do you mean the witness? The lady? So it seems the chief prosecutor was lying in wait. Maybe waiting for her prince to ride in on his bright red horse. So what you mean is, the killer intended to use Edgeworth's car all along? Okay. The murder weapon. Nope. Alright, nothing to talk about the murder weapon. Fantastic. Why use Edgeworth's car? Look at his ID. What is that? Some sort of police passport? This is Detective Goodman's ID card. Strangely enough, we found it a good distance away from the crime scene. Good distance in this rat hole? If you want a distance, get yourself to Texas. Why are you talking about Texas? I'm talking about the crime scene, my guy. Texas? This is a tiny little crime scene in a tiny little town and with tiny little evidence. We're in LA! What difference does a few yards make, compadre? Note to self, if you encounter suspicious evidence, think of Texas. There's no better way to study than to hang out with the pros. Talk to me. The victim! Officer Marshall, could you tell us more about the victim? Good men always die young. Remember that, partner. Could you be a little more specific? Bruce Goodman. He was a detective, right? Well, aren't you a feisty doggy there now? Detective Goodman was stabbed here at 5:15. Smiling Madonna told me the tale. Yes, her. I think he means the witness, Miss Angel Star. One stab in the chest, a fine piece of work. And here's the autopsy report. Death due to loss of blood, one knife wound, died within an hour and a half of 4 p.m. Was my sister involved with the victim in any way? Funny you should mention that, Bambino. Chief Prosecutor Sky and Detective Goodman had nothing in common at all. Nothing in common? Why is this happening? They apparently worked together on a case a few years back. So there's no motive? Goodman wasn't a particularly gifted detective. That's one reason why he didn't do much work with the chief prosecutor. But my sister called the victim here on the day of the murder, right? Here to this parking lot. So it seems like calling an unarmed man to a shootout at high noon. Yeehaw! I don't mean any offense, but, Officer Marshal, you're a patrolman, right? Not a detective? You calling me out? They shoot you for that in Texas. No, I believe it. Huh? I was one of them fancy shoe detectives till 2 years ago, to tell you the truth. Oh, really? Now he tells me. But you're a patrolman now. So, how can you be in charge of a crime scene? Nothing gets by you, does it, Bambina? So, why are you in charge? No reason. We're just short on hands right now. I'm keeping an eye out in the meantime. That's odd, though. Detective Gumshoe was saying he had nothing to do. Nothing important, at least. He's nothing but a sad old cow dog that can't find his tail. I'm starting to think that you're the culprit. That you did this. Maybe it's because he runs with that Edgeworth, eh? Like, you tried to force us away from the crime scene multiple times until finally you gave us okay from the letter of recommendation. If you didn't let us in, Gumshoe would hear about it, and then we'd have to, like, question you more. I don't know. It could be him. Could be the lunch lady for all I fucking know. Probably not, though. Usually it's not the first witness, from what I gather. If there's multiple trial dates. Edgeworth? That cow dog's been kicked out of his cattle run by order of the chief of police. Just he don't realize it yet. Detective Gumshoe kicked out of the investigation? That's a little odd. Goodman's autopsy report. Okay, no. You gave that to me, so you wouldn't have much to talk about. You want to see my attorney's badge? I see your badge. Looks pretty round. My badge is a star. A lone star, shining in the nighttime sky. Beam of light, illuminating evildoers who come in the dark of night. Note to self, evildoers are weak against starlight. Hey, that's a sheriff's badge. Let's slide around here. Look at the car more closely. This appears to be the car where the body was found. It looks like the lock of the trunk is busted. The crime took place in the underground parking lot in the prosecutor's office. The body was found in the trunk of my subordinate's car. Yep, that's what she said. Quite a luxury car. It just screams, I have money to burn. Yeah, prosecutors get a big bucks. I assume so. They win a lot of trials in Japan, California. B block is through here. That's where the visitors park. You can see the Lunchland car over there. Far in the distance. Hey, you're right. Electric is on the door. I can see a cartoon cow munching on a juicy looking steak. Doesn't that strike you as a little creepy? Oh my god, you're right. When I think about that, what? Just don't think too deeply about it, and you'll be fine. Oh, what the fuck? Cannibalism. What is this? This looks like a cell phone. Oh man, look at this ancient technology in the far distant future of 2022. Or 2016. It's 2016, my bad. Scientific analysis would suggest this would belong to the victim. I can't think of anyone else it could have belonged to. What's so scientific about that? Should we check it out? Yeah, check it out. Why not? Why would we forget this? Alright, let's check it out. Actually, oh no, I'm being forced to check it out. That wasn't me moving. It was the slowest movement, though. Let's open this up. There's an SD card. I think. Huh? This phone's still on a redial screen. Redial? Mr. Wright? Most phones keep a record of all the calls you made and received. You just press the blue button and display the last number you called. Convenient, isn't it? Yeah, but you know what else is convenient? Going into your phone and looking at the recents page, and you just see all of the phone numbers recently called, and even incoming ones. That's technology of the future, Emma. Sorry to disappoint you, but even I know about things like a redial. Huh? Oh, I'm sorry. It's just you never know with people from your generation. Whatever. Let's check out this phone out. Calling him old. How about we redial this, baby? I want to see who the owner of this phone called last. Note to self, a defense attorney doesn't think first. He just pushes the button. Totally. Is that the sheriff? The marshal? Hey, that song. I know that. Hey, what's going on over there? None? Oh, sorry. I see you, pardon. You pressed redial on their phone, didn't you? Well, yeah. Whose phone is this anyway? It's on the ground over there. Whose is it? That belongs to Chief Prosecutor Sky. What? It's my sister's? She apparently dropped it when she was taken into custody right after the crime. Look, the last call was made right when the murder occurred. Looks like she was fixing to call someone. Except she only spoke for a few seconds according to this. Who did she call? No idea. Sorry, partner. Now I got a question for you, partner. I had a phone ring just now. One of those newfangled ringtones. Oh, that. Oh. Dun, 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 dun. Wait, no, that was a... Oh, wait, that was the Steel Samurai theme song. How did I forget that? What? Why is the theme song with the Steel Samurai being a ringtone? That was my phone. What? Your phone? She called me? Yeah, but it's kind of strange, but someone called me right as we picked up the other phone. Wrong number. I hope you're not lying. They shoot you for that in Texas, partner. I'm not. No, totally not. Uh-oh. I've incited the wrath of the Lone Star Patrolman. Property along the sky. Last call made at 5:18 on the day of the murder. Why does Phoenix have the ringtone to the Steel Samurai? Huh. Let's see. There's a stepladder. We talked about that already. What's this? This is where the cars leave the lot. The air on the ground makes it look like an entrance. What are you talking about? It's plainly an exit. Well, maybe it's both. Kind of a dual purpose. Aha! The theory of relativity. What? I gotta write this down. Hey, Mr. Wright. Maybe you know, was Mr. Relativity German or was he British? I think it was Einstein or Isaac Newton. I don't remember. I think it was German. Mr. Relativity? Are you sure that was his name? You're messing me up, Sky. Look! A stylish glass walled room. Very nice. You could see the whole parking lot from in there. It says security. Perhaps it's a cafe. Huh? Yes, it's a cafe. The security room. Cafe security. Yeah, that must be it. Let's check it out later. I hate to break it to you, but I think that's probably just a security guard office. You know, I scored a 97 on my science test the other day. I bet they don't have a test for common sense. Good God. She's not, she got it wrong. It's okay though, you know. She's trying. Goodness gracious. Oh my God, that's how they got up. This rope, is it? Yep, they laid it in the outline of the victim's body. So wait, the victim must have died when the killer closed her trunk on him. You've got to be the only person I know that would come to that conclusion. Oh, what is this? Looks like a note of some sort. It says, Leon. Wait, that's not what that says. I was thinking of Danganronpa. Look, something's written on it. 675, 12 to... No, wait, 67S? Are you sure it's a 7S? It could be a 5. You never know. Could be a terrible way to write a 5. Could be an 8 and they forgot to put the dash in between. It could be any fucking number. Wait, it's just Goodman at the top right. There's a name printed on the paper above that. Goodman. Maybe it fell out of his pocket when he was killed. Well, so? What does it mean, Mr. Wright? How am I supposed to know? Note to self, deductive reasoning. Go to Edgeworth, not Wright. You know what? I can leave. I don't need to take this case. I don't need this. I'm sure Edgeworth wouldn't know what this means either. The victim's memo found in the car trunk. That too. A block. This area is reserved for prosecutors. Defense attorneys are regulated to B block. I dream of the day when I'll be able to park my car here. I'll go over to B block to buy my hamburgers from you, Mr. Wright. What? I'm not planning on giving up my job that soon. Why'd she think I'll be selling hamburgers? I mean, it's a noble profession, but I'm a defense attorney, girl. Maybe not the best one. I have to rely on a ghost to help me, but still. Lana Sky, you know her? So there's no connection between Detective Goodman and my sister? That's correct, but that's a gold mine of evidence against her. And that prosecutor tomorrow is none other than Edgeworth himself. I'm afraid your sister's fate is decided, Bambina. Many condolences. Officer Marshall. Yeah, Bambina? Huh? How can you say that? You and my sister, you were... Is there something between this cop and her sister that I don't know about? I apologize, Bambina. Something must have gotten to me. Maybe it's that dry wind that's blowing through the prosecutor's office. Dry wind or ill will. Someone's up to something here, but who? Now I'm totally accusing this dude even more of his actual history between them. He could have framed her. Suspicions about Mr. Edgeworth have been flying around nearly 2 years now. Forged evidence and arranging testimonies, I mean. It was unbeatable because he did whatever it took to win. Unbeatable, that is, until he met you. But rumors are just rumors, aren't they? I hate to break it to you, Miss Emma, but it's not true at all. Some of them are pretty true. These prosecutors were talking about evidence is everything to them. If you followed the rumors about Edgeworth to their source, you find one person. But they're off limits. Untouchable, you might say. One person? Who? Oh, we're talking about the good old Von Karma? Hate to say this, but it's your sister, Bambina. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky. Oh, she would cover it up, wouldn't she? But what? My sister? Edgeworth couldn't rustle all those cattle by himself. Some people load their guns with bullets, some people load them with deals. What, you're saying Edgeworth was making deals to win trials? Well, there's gunshots, there's bound to be bullets. That's what the old timers say. This is starting to make me think that you did it even more. Like, you have a thing out for her. There was history between you two. You obviously don't take kind to prosecutors, as it seems. There's a big old secret hidden around here sometimes, somewhere. Everyone knows it. Is that why Detective Gumshoe was taken off the case? Did they target him because he was closest to Edgeworth? So, well, how are we doing, Mr. Wright? I guess we've got some clues. We have an autopsy report, a note from the victim, and a cell phone. So you think we'll be okay? Well, the only thing still bothering me is that Lana is confessing to the crime. She says she did it. No problem. I can guarantee that she's not the criminal. Oh, by the way, Emma? Yes? I know that song your phone plays when it rings. What? Oh! I should have guessed. She would not have. He would not have the Steel Samurai theme song. He's not that big of a fan. He's not into the fandom of the Steel Samurai. Emma here, however, does seem to be yeah. It's the Steel Samurai theme song, isn't it? A popular TV show for kids. Oh, that rank earlier wasn't mine. It was yours. 5:18, just after the murder took place. Your sister called you, didn't she, Emma? I'm sorry. Can you tell me what you talked about? She hung up right away. I see. Now, Emma, you know why I don't believe that, right? No offense, Emma, but you kinda answer that very curtly. Like, she just hung up right away. That's it. It's like, and Phoenix is like, okay, I'll take that. I don't know, there had to have been something said. This is also very reminiscent of the first trial, where two sisters had a conversation on a cell phone. One of them ends up in a very precarious situation, aka dead, with Lana about to be freaking imprisoned. Property of Lana Sky. Last call made to her sister Emma at 5:18, the day of the murder. A detective is murdered and the suspect is a top prosecutor in the district. I've got a bad feeling about this. Like, maybe I still don't know everything that went on here. To be continued. Well, alright, that's it for the stream, guys. It's been great. You know, it says to be continued, so I guess we should go. That was a good, 30 minutes? No, alright, well, keep going, I guess. I've heard this is the longest of the episodes. Trial former. Trial former? How long is a trial former? You give me a trial. Alright, this should take a while. Is it gonna be me trying to convince this girl to not confess to the crime? I swear. She just gets up on the stand and immediately says, I did it. Let's go. We're off now. Does death penalty exist in this universe? Not even sure. How did the investigation go yesterday, Mr. Wright? Frankly, there are still a lot of gray areas. Or rather, the whole thing is one big gray area. Don't worry about me. No matter what the outcome, I'm ready to accept my fate. I believe in you, sis. Mr. Wright, let me offer you a word of advice. Yes? The defense attorney should never believe their client. I don't know, it's worked out for me so far. The defendant is called to trial because they are suspected of wrongdoing. Never forget that. This guy, you, remind me a lot of Mia. There is one decisive difference between you and her. And that is, you're not a defense attorney. I believe it's almost time for the trial. Good luck, Mr. Wright. My first trial without Faye helping me. No one's gonna bail me out this time. This is where you're all alone. Oh man, I'll be alone in there. So I have to discover the truth all by myself. Real test of his skills. Let's do it, Mr. Wright. I'll be with you the whole way. Okay, I guess I'm not all by myself. All right, that was a lot shorter than I thought. Well, court is now in session for the trial of Miss Lana Sky. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor. Edgeworth. Edgeworth, I helped you. I saved your life. It's been 2 months, but I haven't been in a courtroom since his trial. I hope that personal feelings will not be a part of the proceedings today, Mr. Wright. He knows about his crush. I will choose the path I think is right, regardless of what those around me might say. The judgment to be made here is in our hands, not those of anyone else. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. Chief Prosecutor Lana Sky has committed an unpardonable crime. Not only this, but she was rash enough to commit it in the prosecutor's office lot. In my trunk of the car, by the way. I have to wash that. Wow, he's much more forceful in person. Oh my god, how are you helping me? I suddenly feel like confessing to everything. Please! Emma. However, she will not pay for her rashness with her life. She will pay by washing my car. There is blood in it. There was a witness to her crime. A professional witness. Well then, call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. No! 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 Gross. She's just writing fan fiction near me and I'm just like, please. This is a trial, girl. Please. The prosecution calls its first witness, Miss Angel Star, to the stand. The cough up queen? I'm about to cough something, no. I don't know what that means. I've never seen you somewhere. You probably buy lunch from her in the fucking... Yeah, there you go. What is that? Oh, gross! Caviar? That's disgusting. You ordered caviar lunch, right? Oh, caviar! I've never eaten caviar before. This judge is really wolfing it down. This is bribery! And for you, I have a Fiesta Bowl. Thanks. Will the witness state her name and profession? And you, sir? Did you order the fingerprint lunchbox? What? What's in that? It's too early for lunch. Your name and profession, please. I mean, he is right, it's like 10 a.m. Did you get breakfast? Well, Your Honor, how does it taste? Well, this is why everyone raves about caviar. It's so tasty it hurts. I always thought caviar would taste like pickled tapioca. What the heck does pickled tapioca taste like? Name, profession, now. Me? The name is Angel Star. Don't go forgetting it. I find myself running Lunchland these days. Is that what you wanted me to say, Mr. Edgeworth? Very well, witness, please describe the incident to us. The prosecution will wait. I'm not finished eating. I also got a drink, so I'm gonna drink this while he eats up. Alright. Actually, I also have water too. Because that was boba tea that I had. But it's almost gone. So I might as well wolf down with water. Man, everyone's having something to eat. Alright. Hurry it up! Alright. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. As you know, we usually call on the police to provide a description of the crime. Your Honor, as Mr. Edgeworth has said to the court, I am a professional. What exactly does that mean? Until 2 years ago, Miss Angel Star was a special investigator with the police. What? You went from a police investigator to a lunch lady? She was a first-rate homicide detective. What? Miss Star was a detective? Oh, that's where you saw her. I know who you are. Cough up Queen Angel Star, Your Honor. Long time no sweet. That's she coughs, makes them cough up their testimonies. I see. That's why she's known for that. But very well. You may continue with the description, Miss Star. Just who is this lady? If I might have the court's attention over here. The parking lot at the prosecutor's office is divided into 2 blocks. A block is for the prosecutor's office personnel. B block is for visitors and clients. A chain divider separates the 2 blocks. I suppose that's to keep visitors from taking up prosecutor spaces, yes? The crime took place by a car in the back of A block, in the car's trunk. The killer stabbed the victim with this knife and went to drive the body out. Unfortunately for her, there was a witness, and an arrest was made on the spot. And who was this valiant witness? Why, it was me, Your Honor. The parking lot with Edgeworth's car. Parking lot floor plans added to the court record. Witness, did you see the moment of the crime? Of course, Your Honor. Immediately after that, I apprehended the chief prosecutor. It seems rather cut and dry, doesn't it? Well, Mr. Wright? I can't agree on principle, Your Honor. Obviously, I cannot. I am literally the defense attorney. It seems that some poor losers are willing to accept the truth, Your Honor. Shall I proceed to crush what little hope they have remaining? If you can, then give them your worst, mister. Wait, are they talking about me? I guess being crushed by Angel Star isn't that bad of a deal. Sure, why not? Somehow I always knew a day like this would come. How? I was on my way to deliver a lunchbox to my boyfriend when I sensed something. Perhaps it was my finely honed detective's intuition at work. Through the wire fence, I saw Chief Prosecutor standing next to a garage car. The Chief Prosecutor was holding a knife in her right hand. Then she thrust the pointy tip of the knife into Detective Goodman's chest. Bringing a lunchbox to your boyfriend. How touching! As you can see, there is no room for doubt. The key point to your testimony seems to be nothing other than the point of the knife which you saw being stabbed into Detective Goodman. So, how does it feel to be utterly crushed? I'm still thinking about that. It's merely a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. Please. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Witness's account. No, we're going back to that. How did you know a day like this would come? How did you know? I respect the prosecutor's basic abhorrence to crime, yet their methods are ugly and twisted. Twisted methods will always lead to tragedy. The lunch lady's uninformed opinion is duly noted. God damn it. Given that they are used to erasing inconvenient evidence at their whim, killing off a detective knew too much is merely an extension of that. He does not need to say anything about that. He's not going to say anything about that. Miss Starr, don't you have something personal against prosecutors? I felt that I had found my dream job when I became an investigator. And if I hadn't been laid off by those prosecutors over there, I'd still be one. Laid off? She was fired? To me, prosecutors are nothing but more than worms. That said, I am a pro, as you know. My testimony is unbiased and flawless. Very well, you may continue, Miss Starr. Who is his boyfriend? A lucky son of a bitch. This boyfriend. He's a detective. Not that boyfriend. The security guard. What do you mean, not that boyfriend? How many do you have? That boyfriend? You have several? Yes. This boyfriend, that boyfriend, the other. Care to join? What the fuck? She's coercing the judge. And she didn't coerce me. How dare she? I mean, what? The yet another boyfriend position is still open for applicants. I'll stick with the lunch steaks. Note to self, the judge had to think before replying. The security guard room is in the lot in A block. It's up on the second level, so you can see everything from there. That would be the room with the security sign. Incidentally, did you bring your lunch boxes by car? Since I'm a visitor now, I parked in B block. So she was in B block when she witnessed a crime. Aha, she was indeed. You sense something. Well, your spidey sense? You sense something? So you're saying you had a premonition of the murder? It felt like, how would you say? Oh yes. It was like the feeling you get when you view a pumpkin chock full of seeds. I have no idea what that means. I don't know either. What the fuck are you talking about? Speaking of a detective's intuition, wasn't the victim Mr. Bruce Goodman also a detective? Yes, well, he was like a young cheese. A young cheese? Pale white cheese, not yet tangy, with experience on the streets. A greenhorn. That I kind of get. And then it must have been hard, yellowed, and sharp as a tack. Yeah, with the odor of an old cheese to match. Why are we talking about cheeses? In any case, there in the lot, I felt something stirring in the back of my mind. Okay, let's talk about the wire fence here. You could see that, huh? By garish car, you mean Mr. Edgeworth's car, yes. Oh, Mr. Edgeworth's. Incidentally, the knife with the victim was stabbed was also Mr. Edgeworth's. Wasn't it? Ah, indeed it was. Oh, what the fuck? Oh my god. What an odd case this is. Usually he says order when they all talk. person you saw, you sure was a defendant. Oh, you can kind of hear my AC. It's going loud. I'm gonna move that a little bit away. That's a little better. I saw her from no further than 30 feet away. I'm certain it was her. If she's telling the truth, we're doomed! Let's just do what we can. Even if we don't have any proof, you can always nitpick. Damn right. Witness, in your testimony, you clearly stated the following. Prosecutors are nothing more than worms. Ergo, you are a biased witness. You might want to keep those silly opinions to yourself in the future, Rookie. Huh? Rookie? I have 4 trials under my belt. Unless you're willing to risk the consequences of doubting me. I'll fry you like a fritter. Crispy on the outside, chewy on the inside. That was inspiring. Being fried like a fritter is inspiring? I believe I've heard that tagline elsewhere. You could cry plagiarism. I should. I may be relegated to a lowly post of lunch lady, but my instincts are honed. Also, I don't know where that tagline came from. A photograph. You took this? Why did you bring it in evidence? No, I guess you brought it now. I mean, yeah, we usually do that in this trial, in these trials, don't we? The moment I witnessed the crime, my reflexes took over and snap, I took a picture. In fact, one of my lunchboxes is rigged with a camera. What the fuck is that? Was the lady on the front? I suppose that's more exciting than just hanging it around your neck. Witness, why am I only seeing this photograph just now? You think I'd show it to you, a prosecutor? Think again. No. My boyfriend works in the photography division of criminal affairs. Well, this is most certainly the defendant. The moment the crime is photographed by Angel Star. Uh-oh. That is unmistakably Lana Sky. Goodness gracious. So, what was the defendant doing at that time? Knife in her right hand. Let's talk about that. Hang on, before we do this. Traces victim. No prints. Hang on, no prints. Not that. A new piece of evidence that we have. No, she has gloves. Damn it. I was about to say, like, does she wear gloves? She did. Wait, let's look at this a little bit closer. She could have stabbed them with the right side. It seems like the blood spewed on her right side. Although I don't know, does that really mean anything? I'm not sure. She's got tarp. Wait a minute. No, wait. That's not tarp. That's the person. Wait, that's the person's. The victim's. That's a victim's coat. She's wearing it. It's on his different side. And you witnessed this. You saw Miss Sky stab the victim with the knife? As I've already said, yes. I swear on my finest salmon swirl lunch. I'm sure that is a fine lunch. But isn't that odd? Look at this photograph. This is a photograph you took of the very moment of the crime, is it not? If she stabbed them with her right hand, would have stabbed his right side, but she flips the coat. No, his left side, yes. I know directions. It's on the wrong side. The blood's on the wrong side, is what I'm trying to say. Then why is Miss Sky not holding a knife? Also, you know, that too. Where is the fucking knife? That's not really what I was going for, but you know what? Whatever, I got it. So Edgeworth, your thoughts? Objection. That was that had to be the weakest objection ever, Edgeworth. What the fuck? Yes, it was still stronger than your ever feeble mind, Mr. Damn. Burn. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? This photograph was not taken a moment before the stabbing. It was taken the moment after the stabbing. And how can you tell that? Blood splatter. Huh? See the dark crimson stains on the chief prosecutor's coat? That's a black and white photograph! Yes, it is hard to tell, but this could be blood. I thought this coat was the victim's coat. Because there was that one image that we saw, and I thought she did not have a coat. But it could very well be her coat. You know, I'm not really sure. That image could have lied. I also could have only saw that image a split second. So my point may be deconstructing as we speak. Fantastic. Well, Mr. Wright, I see no problem here. I mean, of course you can hide the fucking knife. Also, come on. No problem, except you. Mr. Wright, are you gonna just sit there and take that kind of abuse? Got a better idea? Objection. Wait, that contradicts what the witness said in her testimony. Namely, that she took the picture the moment she witnessed a crime. Well, it seems I was slightly unclear. My apologies. Recount your testimony then. That's it? If you run out of lunch, you order seconds. Problem solved. If you don't like it, try ordering a jumbo-sized lunch from the get-go. Good advice. I'm not sure I understood it, but good advice. It's not. Oh, what? I didn't have time to stop her. Okay, let's look at this. Yeah, so she does have a coat in this imaginary photo. So yes, I thought the coat, she took it from the victim for some reason. I don't know why. Prosecutor Sky was cold, calculating like a robot. And if she stabbed his right side, then the blood would have splattered there, I guess. But was there blood on... Hang on, let's see this. Is there blood on her face? No, her face is clean. Like, I've never stabbed someone. I've only seen it in televisions. And, you know, movies and TV. But, like, I'm pretty sure it's pretty messy. It would have gone on her face, on her other splatter parts. Like, that coat was not gonna block all that blood. That was a pretty big stab wound. Also, it looks like it could be his coat, maybe? I mean, it looks very centered on one point. There's something weird with this photo. There is something weird with it, but we can't really talk about it right now. As a professional stabber, I agree. Thank you, second. See, we need a professional stabber's opinion, guys. Objection. Premeditated. How do you know? Look at the chief prosecutor's hands in the photograph. Well, are those gloves? They could be gloves. It's February. It's February. Oh, surgical gloves. Surgical gloves made of thin rubber, most likely. Why would you have those on? It's a black and white photograph. Can you see that? In 2016. If it was not premeditated, she would not be wearing those gloves. Oh, the damage. These gloves do seem to tell a tale of premeditation. Premeditated murder? A serious offense. Witness, I disagree your testimony. The murder was planned. The rubber gloves prove it. Using Edgeworth's knife, she would have planned it for that. Using the knife. 5:12. An hour and a half before 4 o'clock. That's not... A call of the day of the murder. Parking lot on Edgeworth's car. Photo is weird. Let's talk about this. What if she just in the habit of wearing gloves? Like driving gloves? Objection. The gloves were admitted as evidence when the defendant was arrested. They were rubber gloves of the kind used for autopsies. In other words, when the chief prosecutor came to the crime scene, she came to do a murder. It's the only possible conclusion one can make. Everything was planned. It was a premeditated crime. Impressive. I'm sorry they took you off the force, Miss Starr. This is bad. Just got them thinking this was all planned. If she can prove this claim, the trial's already over. I gotta think of a way to show that this wasn't premeditated. It's only a flesh wound, Mr. Wright. We can make it. You said that before. Anything else? Scientifically speaking, Miss Starr's testimony is flawless. Sounds pretty fatal to me. Well, what do we do? Is this it? Is my sister guilty? Let's just keep our heads cool and press the witness a bit, shall we? For some reason, having her panicking next to me makes me calmer. Don't smile like that! Alright, let's skip ahead. Oh, circle, we can skip it now. I changed it in the settings. I think, right? No, I didn't. Damn it. I thought I did. Well, first of all, can I save here? Yeah, I can save first. Maybe I didn't save on the setting. Hang on. It just text skip options. Hold circle to skip text. I'm doing it! Oh, whatever. I think it just skips to the beginning. I think I need an actual piece of evidence. No, I already pressed this. Why did I do it again? I'm dumb. Hair flip. Oh no, I can hold it like that. I just can't do it for witness testimonies. It's a little weird. Alright, there has to be a piece of evidence that tells us that this murder is not premeditated. Beastman's weakness, roughing it on the wild. Oh, Toysman. If it was premeditated, how did she know Edgeworth would have a knife? What? Witness, do you know what this is? Are you trying to test me? I sell box lunches for a living, you know. That's a knife. The knife. The knife that was in Mr. Edgeworth's trunk. Indeed, it is my knife. Oh, wow. What's with this case? The bloody defendant and the chief prosecutor of the district. Mommy, your prosecutors bad people? First of all, yes, child, they are. But second of all, the defense has a request. We ask that the witness provide an accurate testimony. What's that, rookie? In your testimony, you said that Lana planned this murder. And that's why she was wearing those special gloves. Seems like a natural conclusion to me. Those gloves do indicate planning. However, why would she not also prepare the most important thing? The murder weapon. How? The knife just happened to be in the trunk of that car? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're going to plan a murder, you don't forget the weapon. Oh. Order! 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 And the tide is turning in our favor. How did she know that knife was gonna be there? Great show, Mr. Wright. My sister's as good as free. Don't please. Don't jinx me. Right. I believe the next lunch you'll be eating is humble pie. What? I'm not in the mood for pie. I hope you weren't deluding yourself into thinking that the tide has turned. Not over such a trifling detail. But this shoots a hole in the whole premeditated theory. Bah. The prosecution could care less if it was premeditated or not. The only one who seems to care is that lunch lady over there. The defendant Lana Sky murdered a detective with a knife. Oh. That is the only thing the prosecution needs to prove. Nothing else. Very good, Mr. Prosecutor. I suppose you think you're clever now. But you know as well as I do that she planned on killing him. It was planned. If it wasn't, why would she have been wearing... I believe I'd like to hear your testimony again. Witness, please tell us only what you saw, not what you thought. How dare you? He's not wrong. He's not wrong. My powers of deduction are not to be underestimated. I'm like, I'm disagreeing on this point, and he's just like, that's not important. Just say that she killed him. It's not important that it's premeditated. And she's like, no, it is. It is, and fuck you. Really now? Angel's deduction. What is she gonna say? Well, this guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to the prosecutor's office. I'm sure the chief prosecutor had a grudge against the victim. Nothing else could have driven that human machine to plunge the knife in again and again. Okay. The victim was summoned from the police department to the prosecutor's office. Does sound like premeditation, doesn't it? So, if I ordered a pizza, does that mean I'm planning to kill the delivery boy? What? I mean, you're right. I guess that's a good point. In any case, the defense may now cross-examine the witness. Let me just drink some water. A lot of talking in these trials, as per usual. Everyone yelling. There we go. Alright. Well, this guy intended to murder Detective Goodman. That's why she called the victim all the way to oh wait, why am I reading this again? What the fuck wrong with me? Go back at the beginning. Why did you intend to call him? You said that, but you haven't told us how you know. That's what I'm about to tell you, rookie. I believe what she just said was a mere prelude to the story she was about to tell. Try not to interrupt her again. Rookie. Never interrupt the storyteller. It's like pulling a bun out of the oven half-baked. Something's half-baked here, right? And it's you. Try not to confuse the defense witness. They're not very quick on their feet. Now, why did you believe the suspect had intentions to murder the victim? Her actions speak for themselves. I'm gonna keep interrupting you. You have no proof that Miss Sky called them there. You have no proof that she didn't. Mr. Edgeworth, thoughts? There is no record of a call made on the defendant, Miss Lana Sky's phone. She might have written him a letter. Come on, you could have tried public phone first at least. Where's the letter? In any case, the victim came to the prosecutor's office when he was murdered. sure he had a reason to be there. Witness? Why did you think it was the suspect who summoned the victim that day? A grudge. What was his grudge? What kind of grudge?
Well, I wouldn't know that.
Of course you don't! That's because she didn't have a grudge! You're just making it up!
Rookie. I have a lunchbox here. Now, what's inside?
How am I supposed to know?
See? We agree there is a lunchbox here, but we don't know what's inside.
What is this, Schrodinger's cat of lunchboxes?
A person's life is like a lunchbox with pretzels. Don't you agree?
No. I get it. That's why my lunch was so salty.
This judge isn't very good with metaphors. The suspect had a grudge against Detective Goodman. Will you tell us your basis for thinking this? It's simple. Again and 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 one knife wound, one knife wound, one knife wound, one knife wound. How did she just stab him in the same spot over and over and over again? You say she stabbed him again and again and again. But you couldn't have witnessed that. Are you testing me? Then I'll test you. With my moss surprise. That's just grass. I'm afraid the moss is growing under our feet as we wait, Miss Star.
What do you mean?
I shouldn't have to explain this, but take a look. The autopsy report states that the death was due to loss of blood from one stab wound.
Aha! You're right. Good show, Mr. Edgeworth.
What a hunk. He's my hero, really.
Motherfucker, I objected! What about my objection? No one noticed?
Well, witness. You got the crime scene set, right?
Oh, thanks. Stop accepting the bribes as food. What the...
I always believed that no one would ever mistake ketchup for blood. But now I realize that such mistakes are possible.
Are you saying the autopsy is wrong?
So you're saying you mistook something for blood? When she lifted her knife, I thought I saw blood at her breast. Splattered blood from her victim. That's why I thought she must have stabbed him at least twice.
Then tell us what you really saw you thought was blood. Testify.
She's getting impatient. Her red muffler looked like blood to me. That's how ghastly the whole scene was. Her red muffler? What the fuck is that? Like a scarf. The chief prosecutor always wears one around her neck. She can be easily hanged at a moment's notice, I suppose. She is right. There's that scarf. Miss Sky was wearing a red scarf, wasn't she? Is she wearing it in the photo? But wait, isn't it odd that you mistook that for splattered blood? An entire red scarf. That looks like it'd be drenched in blood if you thought of it that way.
Well, people often mistake my beard for a bib.
No, it's just your hunger talking. You keep eating the food. I judge with a bib. That's why this place feels
so much like kindergarten sometimes.
Actually, I do think I saw some traces of blood on her chest.
Then say that. You changed your witness testimony like fucking multiple times. I know this is how it goes, but come on. However, the autopsy report is clear on this matter. There was only one knife wound.
Apparently, Miss Star is totally sure of her own testimony. Mr. Wright, this is our chance. As for what, I wonder? Star has turned out to be as short-tempered as she looked when we met her. Challenging her abilities as a detective really set her off. The short wick burns out the fastest. It's a scientific fact. I wonder, Wouldn't it depend on the size of a candle? I mean, add more wax, and even a really short wick will burn longer. Obviously, more scientific testing is required. Okay. Oh, alright, that was it was. Thought that was a longer testimony. This is where I have to do something. Where is it? Yeah, where is it? Where's the scarf, girl? Miss Star, I demand an explanation. Objection! The witness is clearly not suited for detective work. What? The suspect was not wearing a scarf or muffler of any kind when she stabbed her victim. And you've proved it yourself with this photograph. Huh? But that can't be! Only a professional lunch lady could be so utterly clueless. Congratulations. Perhaps you finally found your true calling in life. Harsh words! What good? In the end, Mr. Edgeworth prevails. What was my objection? Chopped liver? I feel like he's just gonna solve the entire case. I mean, at least if she goes free, fuck it up. But it was there. A scarf. No, not that, but something red, really. Well, now where are we? The witness has given us an entertaining interlude, but back to business. What? Very well, witness, continue your testimony. You saw the crime and apprehended the suspect. Tell us about that. Very well. I do remember some things accurately, at least. Are you correct about that? Ultimately, we couldn't shake the most important part of her testimony. The most important part? I said that out loud? That part where your sister stabs the victim. You know, that part. I mean, we proved that it's not premeditated, but I mean, that's all we proved, really. It's pretty cut and dry that the sister apparently just went to town once. The next testimony might just be the moment of truth. Apprehending the suspect. After the murder, the suspect attempted to run behind the partition, off to her side. I quickly caught her, explained her rights to her, and arrested her on the spot. Oh yes, when I arrested her, she mentioned the muffler. That's what had me confused in my earlier testimony. The chief prosecutor made to escape, but against Angel Star, resistance is futile. Okay. You're quite determined about the scarf, aren't you? I strike like a snake and bite like a cobra. That's me, Angel Star. That wasn't a very good metaphor. First of all, a cobra is kind of a snake. Don't bother me with details unless you want to get bitten. No thanks. Can I be bitten? Note to self, Mr. Wright is weak against poisonous snake bites. Who is it? The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, kicked over an oil drum. An oil drum? Hard to imagine. Oh, she's beautiful but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. Rawr. What? What is she, that fucking cheetah from the Wonder Woman 1984 movie? That was a bad movie. Very well, Mr. Wright. Your cross-examination, if you will. I don't know why I brought it up. Why would she mention the muffler? What exactly did she say? If I remember exactly, I would have told you in my testimony. But you don't... But this doesn't make any... cheeky. Anyway, all I heard is say the word muffler. Just that one word? So, what you heard wasn't the suspect talking to you, but someone else? Yes, the chief prosecutor was talking on her phone. Emma? 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 Her phone? She can't mean. Ask further. By phone, do you mean the cell phone discovered at the crime scene? Yes, ultimately. Ultimately? My memory... It's like a salmon heading upstream, you see. Then why are you being a witness? No, the court doesn't see, mister. This girl's like the worst detective I've seen. No wonder she's a lunch lady. The chief prosecutor first attempted to use the phone hanging on the wall. On the wall? That's right. That's right, near the car. There was an emergency phone on the wall. Apparently it was out of order. So she used her cell phone. Indeed. The emergency phone was out of order that day. Good witnessing, witness. Good witnessing? Whatever happened to good testifying? You should of course add this to your testimony. The things I do to please the rookie defense attorney. The word muffler was overheard during a call made to Emma at 5:18. What happened to hanging up immediately, Emma? I tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Alright, so from the car, she goes past the partition to the telephone. But, wait a minute, what the fuck is it? How did you go past the gate? Oh, damn it. No, I want to talk about the gate. The gate. How did you go past the gate? I'm gonna serve you. I know what I want to say, but I just need to pick the right, you know, thing. The gate! Did you just phase through the gate? Did we talk about this and I just missed it? Come on, load. Hold it. She made to escape. Can you be more specific? She pushed aside my hand and ran. It was a terrible sight to see, like a dollop of lard and pate foie gras. Huh? She even kicked over an oil drum at me. An oil drum? There was an oil drum lying at the side of the scene of the crime. But it's strange. What's that? If she wanted to escape, why didn't she run the other way? The other... Ah, parking lot entrance. That's right. It doesn't make any sense if she would run from behind a partition to the oil drums. Excellent. More mysteries. I wish we could solve a few before finding more, though. So Miss Guy tried to run. I'm sorry, my sister is so suspicious, Mr. Wright. Not as sorry as I am. She didn't do it. You have to believe me. You explained her rights? Say quickly. Were you close to the suspect? As I just said, I was only 30 feet away from her the whole time. Maybe she press... Yeah, no, what? How far away was she when she witnessed the murder? I guess I could just look at this picture to find out. What? No, it's not what I... Why? Press is usually the first option. Yeah, press it. I like to see this on the floor plans just to be safe. Lunch lane car was over there. She was a visitor that's parked in B block, so you witnessed the murder from here. That would make it about 30 feet from your car, yes? Is that correct, Miss Star?
Yes, that's right.
But there was a chain link fence in front of you.
I went over it, of course.
Amazing. The cough-up queen, lunch lady, athlete indeed. You can go over that?
It would have taken her a little time to climb over the fence. So she couldn't have gone to my sister that fast.
I don't know, it's not that big of a parking lot, to be honest. And that fence was 9 feet high, too. It was, although it's a pretty tall fence. How did Miss Guy not get away? Maybe she was stunned. I don't know. We don't really... we didn't have any security cameras there. She mentioned the muffler in the phone call. We could bring up that Emma said that she hung up immediately, over and over again. She tried. Do you think you could state your testimony for the court? Oh, I was going to ask the same thing. I only say this one time, so listen close, rookies. The chief prosecutor stabbed the victim and ran behind the partition. Then she picked up the emergency phone on the wall, but it was out of order. So she pulled out her cell phone out of her pocket. That gave her enough time to climb over the fence and then try to catch her. And during that time, you climbed over the fence, over the chain link fence. Caught. She's like, oh no. That's when I boldly grabbed her arm. The chief prosecutor hung up her phone. And you saw her doing this?
What is it, Mr. Wright?
She hung up her phone. Look at that button. There's no need to push this again.
What's wrong? You look like I do during finals.
Never mind, it's nothing. Phone. You can even zoom in. How far can we zoom in? Oh, we zoom in pretty far, right? Hey, we worked that hard, huh? How she tried the phone on the wall, but had to use her cell instead. Except for the fact of the partition while you were climbing. That's a partition. Did you know she was going for the phone? What was she doing there? That's it, yeah. There's a partition. You can't see shit. Miss Star, I have to conclude that you have a personal grudge against Miss Lana Sky. Objection. The witness is a former detective. Her testimony is unmarred by personal bias. Well, who would have thought you would be my knight in shining armor, prosecutor? You, who, together with the chief prosecutor, kicked me out 2 years ago. No comment. Well, Miss Star, this is a fatal contradiction in your testimony. How do you explain this? I don't know what you're talking about. Mess with me and I'll make you cough it all up. Ahem. Let's look at the floor plans. You said you witnessed a crime from this point. However, if that's true, you couldn't possibly have seen Miss Sky making that phone call. I believe you see what I'm getting at. That emergency phone was on the back side of this partition. If indeed you were in B block, you couldn't have seen it. What? Order! Order! What is the meaning of this? It's simple, Your Honor. She's not coughing up lunch. She's coughing up lies. Oh, got her. That's quite a claim, Mr. Wright. Perhaps you will allow me to question. A question. Tell us exactly what lie the witness has told the court. Here's where the counterattack begins. I can't afford to get this wrong. The witness lied about... maybe the order of events. It's like what she saw. A lot about what she saw. In other words, she didn't see Miss Sky using that emergency phone. It does seem very hard to imagine she could have. How she could have. Very logical. What's the matter, Star? Got your lunchbox? Mr. Wright, I hate to bother you while you're celebrating your victory. Would Miss Star lie like that? Huh? Why would you say that my sister had tried to use the phone but failed? It doesn't make any sense. Why lie about something so insignificant? Oh, dang, she's right. I mean, maybe she really did see her try to use the emergency phone. I see no room for doubt here. You ordered the patooey on rice, right? Why is there a watermelon in this? Mr. Wright, and I thought you had something there. One more try. That was the order of the events. She lied about the order of events. This guy used that emergency phone before the murder. I see, I hadn't thought of that. That took the wind out of her sails. Why would you use an emergency phone before the murder? I thought... oh. I'm losing health here. Oh, look at this orange peel lunchbox, though. That's a pretty good lunchbox. I'm low on health. One more mistake and I lose. I could reload. Can I reload from this? This guy tried to use the emergency phone, but it was out of order. What is significant about this fact? Nothing. Therefore, it would be pointless for Miss Star to lie about it. Pointless to lie. I see. But say the witness did actually see Miss Sky using the emergency phone. It would mean Miss Star witnessed the crime from a different location. But a different location? Now that's a pointless lie if I ever heard one. Before you call my lie pointless, at least let me tell it. Let me ask a question to our clever wordsmith, Mr. Wright. Just where was the witness where she saw the crime? All the testimony we've heard until now points in one direction. The place where Miss Star witnessed the crime was here. Her boyfriend's a security guard. This is the only place where she could have been. The security guard room? Indeed, the security guard room in the underground parking lot is well positioned. It's built on the second floor, so you can see the entire lot. She would have been able to see the emergency phone from there. But why there? There are so many other places where she could have seen the phone. Not in this case, Your Honor. The witness, not being part of the prosecutor's office, couldn't park in A block. The only place where she could have seen the crime was the back of the partition, and the back of the partition is here. I remember in your testimony you said you brought a lunch to your boyfriend in the security guard room, yes? Well, Miss Star? You liar! You never saw her stab anybody! The partition is there! And if you said that you saw her from the security guard room in the first place, then everyone would know. That's why you said you were on the other side. How many years have I been getting the better of men? To think that tables could be turned. Today a man has got the better of Angel Star. Order! Order! Witness! What have you done? You used to be a detective. You should know better. I'm not turning back. The guilty will be punished. I'll do what I must to make sure justice prevails. Wow. The guilty? Is she talking about Miss Guy? Mr. Wright, doesn't it strike you as odd? Why did Miss Star lie? Doesn't make any sense. Huh? She could have just said she saw the crime from the security guard station. It wouldn't change anything. Exactly. This photograph tells all. It was the defendant who stabbed the victim. Now that I think about it, if she saw it from the security guard room, who took this photo? The truth still stands. Objection. It still stands? I disagree, Mr. Edgeworth. What? If a witness is found to be lying, they're guilty of perjury. She knows this. She wouldn't risk that without a good reason. So tell us what her reason was, Mr. Wright. Huh? Me? Phoenix! Who else? Mr. Wright, let's review what we know. Star witnessed the crime from the security guard station. But she lied and said she saw it from B block. It must make a vital difference, but what? What would change? There's a difference in lighting. The angle view of the crime. I'm so low on health, I have to skip a lot of I could save on a different file, can't I? I can. I could also, I forgot I could load. We'll save on a second file. Why the angle at which she saw the crime occur would change. The angle? What do you mean? It's a whole 180-degree angle from over a B block to over the security guard station in A block. Oh, well, the security guard station is on the second floor, and, she would have sort of a 3D view of the crime. This is important why? Perhaps you'd like to What? No! That's enough. The court sees no reason for to prolong this trial. Defense has failed to give the court sufficient reason to put out the prosecutor's claims. The court finds the defendant, Miss Lotta Sky, guilty. The accused will surrender to the court immediately. No! That is all. The court is adjourned. Well, that sucked. Oh, I gotta delete that one. And we have to go all the way here. Yeah, you didn't see that at all. Because... No, damn it. Oh, fucking A. I forgot what I even said here. Goodness, we've been going through so many twists and turns. Distance to the crime. Not lighting, distance. There's a distance to the crime. It changes the distance between her and the scene of the crime. My condolences, Mr. Wright, but look at the floor plans. It's quite clear. The distance between the crime and the guard station is 30 feet. I don't see how that would change what she could see. Where she saw it is not in question here. What matters is the time it would take her to reach the scene of the crime. Mr. You witnessed the crime from the security guard station. Now, how long did it take you to go from there to the scene of the crime where you arrested Miss Sky? Well, witness. You? Yes? You ordered Squid Game. I did order Squid Game Season 2, thank you. The quality of my lunches has gone from low to inedible. I was bringing a PB&J lunch with fresh boysenberry jam to my boyfriend. Boysenberry for the boyfriend. What? Uncle Ben, what happened? Squid Games! He wasn't at the station, so I waited. I witnessed a crime from the glass-walled station. And before I knew that I was doing, I found myself running towards the scene. But the door was locked. I couldn't open it.
see. What in the fuck? That's why I had to go through the visitors parking in B block. That's quite a detour. It probably took me at least 5 minutes to get to the scene of the crime. 5 minutes? That's a whole lot of minutes! This changes things considerably. But it was that woman over there in the defendant's chair who stabbed him. I know it. I have photographic evidence. No. I swear it. I swear it on my finest plastic spork. You have a point, and the spork is a wonderful invention. I'm more a fan of spoons, to be honest. Would you like another caviar lunch? How much food did she have on her? Absolutely. Uh-oh. Mr. Wright, you have to do something. Do I have any evidence to stop this? No, we're raising an objection. Never sit back and observe, Phoenix. 5 minutes between the witnessing of a murder and the arrest? Think about it. You can make pasta in that amount of time. If you'd like it all dente. Oops, sorry. I got lunch boxes with that tie pasta into knots, rookie. A 5-minute blink. Isn't that strange? Strange. If you were a criminal, what would you do with 5 minutes, Your Honor? Well, I guess I'd flee the scene. Don't get the wrong idea. I didn't kill anyone. But you have the instincts of a killer. You would run. But this time was different. Miss Sky dawdled at the scene of the crime. She even had her picture taken. No true criminal would act this way. It's inconceivable. Well then, it seems we've come to the end of this testimony. The witness has a grudge against the defendant and a blank in her testimony. Yeah. Mr. Edgeworth is the next witness ready to go. Unfortunately, I appear to have overestimated this witness on account of her professional history. You did it! We screwed that can shut, Mr. Wright. That was too close. I'm afraid that the cough-up queen has been dethroned. And with that, court is adjourned. Hold it! I feel like we haven't completely stopped it, I guess. I was about to say, like, it feels like we're missing something. She's gonna have a bit more resistance. Mr. Edgeworth, you ordered the squid game, yes? That's the one she tried to foist off on me. I prefer not to take defense team's leftovers. Anything else to say? I might be able to save you. I have decisive evidence. What was that? Is this another one of her trick lunchboxes? My apologies, but we have no further questions to ask of you, mister. Is this your jumbo lunchbox? Woohoo! A triple-decker! Your Honor, you can't take a bribe. Out of deference to the witness determination, I will allow one more testimony. Let's hear about this decisive evidence. Like the Lunchland motto says, you won't be disappointed. What's she going to pull out of her lunchbox this time? I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And now, to the matter of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on this shoe. One was, of course, the victim's, and the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Miss Lana Sky. Did we not talk about these blood types? This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence. What? There was blood found on the shoe? Try Lunchland for all your lunch and decisive evidence needs. Objection. Witness, what's the meaning of this? Why is this the first time I've heard of this evidence?
Simple. As I've already said, I don't trust you with evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. That's why I took the liberty of investigating this myself.
And you had blood tests performed?
Didn't I mention I have 3 boyfriends in forensics?
What the fuck? In any case, Your Honor, I can't accept this evidence. What? The first time we not accepting evidence? What the hell? Can we just do that? I never knew there was a thing we could do.
What?
You must know the tools of evidence law. I don't know the tools of evidence law in this wacky court. Give me them. Rule 1. No evidence shall be shown without the approval of the police department. Do I get approval from police departments when I show my evidence? In other words, this shoe is illegal evidence, at least for the time being.
Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth sure is celebrating.
Not so fast, Mr. Edgeworth. Don't forget, I used to be a detective. As I mentioned previously, this shoe has already been tested by a member of the forensics department. As you can see, it was approved by the police department as of today. Even the general public can produce official evidence, Mr. Edgeworth. Well, it's the first time we've seen him angry today. Isn't that right, Mr. Wright?
It seems so. Edgeworth is looking pretty sullen.
Oh, you could at least study some evidence law, really.
You talking about me? What about him? He got it wrong. The prosecution complains notwithstanding. It appears that this evidence satisfies the first rule of evidence law. However, it seems you have yet another count against you, witness.
Anything to ensure that the guilty are properly judged.
White enamel shoe bears traces of blood from Goodman and Lana Skye. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may cross-examine the witness. Decisive evidence.
I should have mentioned those 5 minutes when I wasn't looking at the crime scene. And not to the manner of the victim's shoe. Did I not bring this up? 2 types of blood were found on the shoe. One was, of course, the victim's. And the other blood type matched that of the defendant, Lana Skye. This shoe proves it. It's flawless, decisive evidence.
That's pretty sly, hiding evidence like that.
There's nothing sly about a lawyer using the law as a weapon. In any case, science is always on our side. Don't forget, scientific investigation is the way for the future.
Mm, 5 minutes. Why did you lie about those 5 minutes?
I guess you could say I just wanted to look at the results.
The results?
How many times do I have to say this? I saw the chief prosecutor stab the victim with my very own eyes.
Hang on. Ah, drink more water.
Compared to that, a 5-minute blank means nothing.
Then why didn't you tell the truth?
Don't make me laugh. We're dealing with the most untrustworthy of the vile lot known as prosecutors. Falsified evidence, arranged testimonies, erasing and manipulating evidence. When you fight monsters, you need to use every trick in the book.
This when the suspect is admitting she did it. But false testimony is the most despicable crime of all, Miss Starr. Let's just get this over with.
No, you didn't bring this up. You found the shoe at the scene of the crime? I detained the chief prosecutor and notified the police department. I wanted to make myself useful while I was waiting for the police to arrive.
So like an ill-trained pooch, you snuck off with a shoe.
I was afraid someone would arrest the chief prosecutor's crime. This shoe was my secret weapon, if that should happen. See this fashionable basket I have here? It carries more than lunchboxes, gentlemen. I'm happy for you. And your lunchbox back. Really? I am. In any case, you removed valuable evidence from the scene of the crime. Now tell us what you did next. This girl's just confessing to crimes now. Goodness. You can't say for sure the blood belonged to the defendant with a blood test. You claim to know something about blood tests, rookie? Huh? Well, speak up. Well, blood comes from 4 types. A, B, O, A, B. However, you can't tell from a blood test whether a murder was committed in cold blood. That's just a figure of speech, Mr. Wright. What is he? I was like, what is he getting at? Actually, we can differentiate between millions of types with all the blood tests out there. Which means that we can more or less narrow down any sample of blood down to just one person. Or so I hear. That's pretty specific. What? Phoenix, are you okay? I was just pressing so I could, like, learn more about this. Why are you talking about this, my guy? If I had a little more time, I would have gotten DNA test results. But they said there's a very little doubt it could be about anyone's but Miss Lana Skies. So the suspect's blood was found on the victim's shoe. That ties her directly to the death of Detective Goodman. I was afraid he was gonna say that. Let's process shoe. I can't let this evidence go through without a fight. You ordered peppered fish guts, right? That's just unhealthy for me. Some like it hot, Mr. Wright. Some like your client. She's in enough hot water to make a whole vat of soup. Mr. Wright, do you or don't you have a problem with this shoe? A problem? This is critical. Is there a problem with the victim's shoe? Does it match the photo? Why, she got 2 shoes right now. There's a problem. If I'm not imagining things, I'd say there's one critical problem with this evidence, a clear contradiction. This looks like her... Which shoe is this? Her left shoe or right shoe? I'm not actually sure. I can't tell in this photo. But the blood splatter. Hang on. Let's look at the photo again. Crime taken. Oh yeah, there it is. The fuck is this? They're black. The shoes are black. Whose shoe is this? I probably should have checked this photo before, like, continuing on with the pressing and contradictions, but it's fine. We got to it. That gleam in your eyes. You're still young, rookie. I'd give you a peppered fish gut now. But you couldn't take the heat, could you? Let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say. What is contradictory about the victim's shoe? So what's the problem with this evidence? There's blood. This is a right shoe, right? The blood splatter here is inside the sole. If she stabbed it, it would be like on top. It'd be kind of all over, to be honest. This evidence is where? No. Guess that wasn't it. Look at the photo! They're black shoes! As I thought. A waste of time. Well, that was a nice break. Let's return to the testimony, shall we? gonna save here. Yeah, those shoes are black. Just 2 of them. Unfortunately for you, this shoe is far from being perfect evidence. What? The shoe directly contradicts what we know about the crime. The shoe doesn't fit. Order! Order! Objection. You're claiming there's a contradiction with the shoe? Yeah, like, as I said, the shoe doesn't fit what we know about the scene of the crime. Well, let's hear what Mr. Wright has to say about this shoe. So, what about the shoe contradicts what we know about the crime? Show us the problem with this evidence. We have to continue looking at the shoe. So it is the shoe. I just cannot. Oh my god. The shoe doesn't fit. You must have quit. Would it turn yellow if I'm on the right track? Shed the blood on the bottom? Wait, yeah, it doesn't match the... Well... The problem lies in the footprint. The footprint? Note that the bottom of the victim's shoe is covered in blood. Oh, it's a victim's shoe. Okay, you know what? I'm terrible at paying attention. So yeah, so this is the victim's shoe, but then he's also covered in blood. How is he covered in his own blood? Then isn't this strange? Why aren't there footprints found in the scene of the crime? Oh, huh! As you can see, there are no traces of any such footprints at the scene of the crime. That contradicts your claim about this shoe. Objection. This picture only shows part of the floor, so there could have been bloody footprints. Then where are they, Mr. Edgeworth? Because we checked the scene and we found nothing of the sort. That's true. We were there. Order! Order, order. Well, witness. What? Great going, Mr. Wright. But it's true that lack of footprint is a contradiction. But then we have to ask why there wasn't a footprint. Oh. Sure, there has to be a reason why there wasn't a footprint. Think, Mr. Wright, think. Because he was killed somewhere else. Hey, I don't know why it's not there. I'm just good at finding contradictions. What? Hold it. I see. Now I get it. Get what? Our witness is more devious than I gave her credit for. We were hoodwinked to the very end. But she slipped. There's one vital hint of the truth in her testimony. What are you talking about? Think back to when she told us about apprehending the suspect. The chief prosecutor tried to resist, but her efforts were in vain. She knocked my hands aside, knocked over an oil drum. Oh, she's beautiful, but deadly. A predator, this one. A leopard woman. I thought that was a strange thing for a normally cool-headed chief to do. No kidding. Now, witness, allow me to ask a very simple question. This oil drum, was it empty? Oh, that? I'm not sure I like your attitude, Mr. Edgeworth. Though apparently you're not the slowest conveyor belt in the lunchbox factory. Witness, well, was the oil drum empty? The oil drum kicked over by the chief prosecutor was brimming with water. Water? What does that have to mean? Still don't get it, Mr. Wright. Do you want to know the reason she knocked it over? The real reason? To wash away the footprints! No! Oh, you don't mean... Yes, the suspect knocked over the oil drum for one reason and one reason alone. To erase bloodstains that would become evidence against her. No, I don't like where this is going.
That ties things up quite nicely. The bloodstains left on the victim's tie her quite clearly to this murder. And after the deed was done, she knocked over the oil drum to erase telltale signs.
Why, that's a prosecutor's specialty, erasing evidence. Damn, she really has it after them, huh? That reminds me, this guy's right hand was hurt. Didn't she say she cut herself when she stabbed him? So that's when my sister's blood got on the shoe.
Well, I see no reason to prolong this trial.
Mr. Wright, do something, please! What can I do? Your sister has confessed to the crime and she tried to conceal it. But...
Enough. There's no need for further debate. The verdict, Your Honor.
Very well.
But Angel Star is on the prosecution's side. She could have been lying about the water.
This court finds the defendant Miss Lana Sky.
What? Oh. Oh, that show. Oh, wait, no, I just pressed the button.
Hold it! Little girl? What did you just say? Me? Did you say that Angel Star, was on the prosecution's side? Well, yeah, you are. You're saying my sister hid evidence by erasing the bloody footprints. Wow. I thought you'd had your fill, but here you are demanding a second helping. Another lunchbox. A lunchbox called evidence.
Wait, witness, don't tell me you have something else.
Oh my god,
What is this chicanery?
the time for deliberation is past. Any further comments and you will be held in contempt of court.
Your dreads don't scare the cough-up queen.
This girl about to fucking lose the trial because she was like,
No, I am not on the prosecution's side. I'm not with them. Fuck you.
First, also, I'm gonna turn down the AC because it's getting too cold in here. Hang on. I gotta try, like... I'm gonna try playing this more tomorrow, probably. I think we're nearing the end of the stream, though. Because, how long has it been? Almost 2.5 hours? Oh, it's only been 2 hours? Oh, yeah, that's right. It was late. Well, it's been 2 hours, though. Usually 2 hours is the good. No, maybe... no, we're not standing here. We'll obviously get to the end of the trial. Which I don't know when this will end. Maybe I'll stay longer. We'll see. Look at this. What is that? A photograph?
I had it just in case anyone had the gall to suggest that the white shoe didn't belong to the victim.
I see no room for error in this evidence.
Mr. Wright, wait! Look at the asphalt in that photo.
Hey, it's clearly wet.
Erasing the last trace of doubt from the court's mind. Immediately after the murder, the crime scene was washed with water.
I'm sorry, Mr. Wright. I guess I couldn't help after all.
It's not your fault. I knew I couldn't win this case from the beginning. And it seems this is what your sister wanted anyway. I'm sorry, Mia. Phoenix, come on. Frame blast. Right. Wet or not. Don't be so quick to throw in the towel. Get yourself up off the asphalt. There you
take another good look. Don't give up. Not until the bitter end. This is the last piece of evidence.
Very well, this time, I'd like to declare a verdict for good. Objection!
Thank you, Mia. Beyond the grave, ghosts. I don't even... Damn. She comes in. She's just helping out still, huh? Your Honor, wait.
What is it with you people? Can't I hand down my verdicts in peace anymore?
Whatever it is, can it wait? No, it can't. Then it will be too late. Look at this photograph. The last one submitted. Trial isn't over until we give each piece of evidence proper consideration. So, Wright, what are you saying there's a problem with this latest piece of evidence? Yeah, I'll think later. Yeah, there's a problem. Right or wrong, I've got to go ahead with this.
I suppose since we've come this far, we should give every claim a fair shake.
Very well, Mr. Wright.
Show the court the problem in this photograph.
What's that? It's on the... washed away. His shoe... It looks clean. Look at a clean shoe. The music didn't stop. Don't you think?
As your elder, Mr. Wright, let me give you a piece of advice. When you point to something, at least try to keep your eye open.
I believe he's trying to say that no one's falling for your bluffs, Mr. Wright. Oh, I could say as many things as I want. Fantastic. What is this? It's here. What's this? There's something poking out of the car's muffler.
Wait just a moment, Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor. Oh, Edgeworth said that? Huh?
You just said muffler.
Oh, well, he said the last part.
However, I see no trace of a muffler or scarf of any kind in the photograph.
A muffler is also part on a car or motorcycle, Your Honor. Just think of it as part of the exhaust system. A pipe.
I see, and I see.
What's the suspicious cloth sticking out of the car's muffler? Huh. So what if there's something sticking out of the muffler? What does that have to do with this case? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Objection! Sorry, Miss Starr, but it's not going to be that easy. In fact, you've already told us why this is important to the case. You said as much in your testimony. She was talking about a muffler. What?
Let's hear what Mr. Wright has on his mind. Tell us why you think this piece of cloth in the muffler is related to the case.
She was talking about it over and over again. Miss Starr, recall your testimony for the court. The muffler. Could it be the muffler you mentioned, you heard mentioned, was actually this exhaust pipe? If so, that means this piece of cloth is vital evidence. We need to get this piece of cloth before we can make our judgments.
Well, it seems we will have to suspend the proceedings.
Suspend?
I find myself wondering about that piece of cloth. If we leave any question unanswered here, we do a disservice to the law. Have the car at the crime scene inspected at once and bring me that cloth. The verdict will wait until after we've seen all the evidence. Agreed?
I suppose. Phew. That was close. But we made it. At least for now.
This court will adjourn for a 30-minute recess. It's lunchtime after all.
He's still hungry?
Save our progress.
Oh boy. This game really does a number on your throat. February 23rd, 11:56 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 2. Mr. Wright.
Huh? What?
Are trials always like this with you? Like, you're swimming up from the bottom of the lake about to reach the surface. But no matter how hard you paddle, you never seem to get there.
Pretty much.
Except today, we're swimming in quicksand. So what happened to your sister anyway? Apparently she got called off to the judge's chambers.
Probably to do something with that piece of cloth.
So this is where we turn this trial around, right? Our only weapon is a tiny, insignificant piece of cloth.
I'm only starting to feel tiny and insignificant, to tell the truth. Oh my god. Hola, partner.
Yeehaw! Also, we're still continuing the day?
Good god! The trial never ends! They say you show a red cloth to a bull and it'll fire up its temper. That's what they told me when I was a youngin', at least.
Officer Marshall?
I thought I'd come take a look and see how this trial's going. Looks like I'm late. They've got a home ranch locked down tight and they're fort in enemy territory. Shaving is fucking not hard to step out, huh? What is going on over there anyway? All the police I've seen these last 2 days have been really on edge. Haven't you got enough on your plate without worrying about other people, compadre? You could be worrying about the chief prosecutor's taste in mufflers, for example.
Officer Marshall? The whole muffler thing didn't have anything to do with scarves. She wasn't even wearing a scarf.
You don't say. Now, don't that just beat all?
Question? Mark?
I've seen that red breeze blow at her slender neck many a time. I saw it that day too. She was wearing a red muffler.
That cloth could be the scarf. What?
At the awards ceremony that afternoon, noon, Edgeworth's seen it too, I'd reckon.
What does that mean? In the photograph taken at the crime scene, she wasn't wearing a scarf. So, Miss Starr wasn't mistaken.
Well, it's about time. Remember, partner, sometimes you gotta grab the bull by the horns. And sometimes you just gotta go let the bull go where it will. Time will tell.
Ugh, I have a bad feeling about this. So what are we swimming in now, Mr. Wright?
If it's steak sauce, I can hook you up with some fine ribs. Ooh!
It's still going on. This is the longest trial ever. I'm gonna take a pause. Okay, we will continue. But we're actually taking a break. Because, God. I'll rest my voice a bit. Get some water. All that jazz. And we'll continue. We'll get to the end of this trial at least. Now that we know how long this fucking thing is. Goodness. Alright, we'll be right back. Basically, my PS4 overheated. And then it basically was turned off. And then I had to turn it back on. Or like wait for it to not overheat, because it was during the summer. I was playing Heaven's Word during the summer, and that was what happened. And it was pretty funny to go through that. But okay, I'll just tweet out that I'm live again. Let me just get my glass. I think it's mostly my back that kind of hurts because I was lifting a lot today at work, so that was definitely a thing that happened. So I can keep going though. I feel like I can do it. The stream does seem good though. Quality of the game and all that. Yeah, I gotta tweet out that I'm still live. Yeah, I was charged. I think it was because I was charging my phone and I yanked it, and then it was like, that's not enough connection, and then boop. But anyway, let me just do this. I'm gonna turn on break screen just for a second so I can remember when to edit this out when I'm looking at this this VOD here. And now it's back. All right, we're back. Technical difficulties happened. I probably edited all of that out. It's okay. You don't have to worry about it though. We are still in the trial. This trial never ends. I'm going to lose it. Okay.
I'd like to presume?
What's up? Judge keeps looking over at the prosecution.
Is he okay? Is something wrong, Mr. Edgeworth? Your face is blue. Your lips are purple. You're sweating bullets. That furrowed brow. Those grinding teeth. Those watery eyes. What's more, your eyes are unfocused. You're doubled over. Your back is bent. I'm just gonna say everything about him. It can't be. This can't happen.
I wonder what happened to Mr. Edgeworth.
Well then, I believe it is time we continued on with this trial. During our recess, I had requested the prosecution conduct an investigation. This is unacceptable. It seems our prosecutor is quite beside himself.
Excuse me? Knock knock?
Who's there?
Who the fuck is that? What's with this guy? That's such a good question, Phoenix. What is this music? Is this the real culprit? I don't know. This motherfucker does look like a villain. Is he a priest? His music sounds kind of holy, because I do see a cross on his design there. Like that's cross type of tie, I think. I have no idea. It's purple glasses. I just everything about this dude. Everything. A strange stuffy aura seems to be filling the courtroom. Hey, the temperature rose 5.7 degrees when that man came in. Who on earth is he? Is he one of our boyfriends? Oh, it's you! Are you gonna say your name? Did the game freeze? Oh. Sorry I'm late, Archie. The roads were parked. In fact, it's just me. Long time no see. Hey, Archie. How you been? Swim much these days? Oh, hello. No, I've been busy. I've been so busy. Busy, smidgy, oogie.
Oh, my boy. You have to make time to relax. Yes, indeed. Is he just calling him Udgy because it's Judge E? Like, as a joke? Was that a reference to his real ass name? What? Udgy seems to be his nickname for the judge. I'm afraid you're right. Very afraid. Sorry, but who are you? So you're Righto, the attorney. I've heard good things about you, son. Huh? Thanks. So sorry about a little, wordy giving you all that trouble, eh? You know, we should all go swimming together sometime. Jolly. Little wordy? Mr. Wright, you don't know the district chief of police? Chief of police? He's the top-ranking police officer in the entire district. I don't think sometimes Mr. Wright knows his left hand from his right. Name's Gant. Damon Gant. Pleased to meet you, everyone. Amazing. Okay, I don't think he murdered anybody, unless it could be. So what do we owe the honor today? It's been over 2 years since last you came to this courtroom, hasn't it? Well, it's wordy here. Look at that poor fellow. I just thought I'd help out by bringing this. I have grapes. Hey, that's my sister's muffler. So Mr. Starr wasn't just seeing things. When the crime occurred, Miss Sky really was wearing a muffler. How to think it was stuffed into an exhaust pipe. A little wordy's God, no less. Yep, that's the muffler. What is that? It's really quite embarrassing, even for us. What is this? It's what you call a switchblade knife. Quite perplexing, this. What is happening? Objection, Chief. What kind of outfit are you running? His outfit is pretty odd. Mr. Edgeworth? How could they miss such a vital piece of evidence? If your investigators are this lax, how do you expect us to do our job? Now, wait a minute, Wordy. I don't desire to hear your excuses. I'm telling you to wait. Or didn't you hear me? Very firm. Have a look at this document where it says person in charge of investigation. There's no mistaking. That signature is there. Miles Edgeworth. That's not fair. On the day of the crime, I had... You had your head in the clouds because you got that award. I know how you feel. But you're the person in charge. I'll expect a written apology. What? Are you serious? Don't be too upset. We'll find a way to clean this mess. We'll clean up this mess that you made. Damn, they're pinning all this on him! This is the first time I've seen Mr. Edgeworth at a loss for words. This kind of major blunder is unlike you, Mr. Edgeworth. Court accepts this new evidence. But I'd like to ask the defense a favor first. Yes? Just to be sure, I'd like to take a look at the blade of this knife. The blade, Your Honor? Well, I don't see why not. Could you open it up for me, I wonder? Yes, well, I think all you have to do is push the switch and... If I cut my finger, Mr. Wright, I wouldn't be able to pound my gavel anymore. Yeah, but if I cut my finger, I wouldn't be able to point it at people anymore. I like my pointy finger. Come on, just hurry up and open it. Fine. Going up. Oh, it's auto moving me. It's like, I don't know where it is. What do you mean, game? Come on.
What's it? There's a small tag on this knife. It seems to say SL92. What does that mean? Well, I've heard something similar. DL6? Of DL6 Incident fame? That's strange. What is? I'm not certain. I get a feeling I've seen this somewhere before.
It's like the thing that we saw.
Bleachers like this, or bleachers that looks a little similar.
Oh, the button here. Hang on. Sorry, I was looking at something else.
Well, just, do I zoom in? Oh, I have to zoom in to do that. That's funny. Ah, don't scare me like that.
I'm the one who's scared.
Oh boy. Look at that knife blade. The tip's broken off. And this dark red stain. Blood?
Switchblade knife. Added to the core record.
This does not excuse actions of the police department.
I would like to hear an explanation from the chief of police himself. I'm terribly sorry, but could I ask you to testify for us? About the split between the prosecutors and the police. And this knife.
Sure thing. Not a problem. Not even a little one, really.
Okay. Department in disorder.
This knife is, special. But I can't say how here. What do you mean you can't say how here? What? Unless there's evidence to prove a connection between this knife and Mr. Goodman. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do an investigation.
His suit's kind of fire, though. It is a little pretty. It is pretty fire. I don't know how I feel about the yellow, whatever that is. It looks like a bell. Like he's ready for Christmas. But it's already February.
A detective was killed at the police department, see? What a mess. What time of the crime? 5:15. Scary coincidence, eh? It's not officially linked to this case, so I can't talk much about it.
Wait, a different detective? I thought you were talking about Goodman. What the fuck? There was a murder at the police department? A detective?
That's a hush-hush information, Uji. We haven't exactly announced it yet.
Objection! Wait a second!
You said 5:15? That's not a coincidence! At the exact time Detective Goodman was killed at the prosecutor's office.
What's happening?
I'm eating strawberries. Anyway, we at the department were all as flustered as you might well assume. We're in the middle of a top-secret investigation. Don't tell anyone, okay?
I think we understand the police department situation. Although, you know, there is a lot of people in this stand here, so... Well, Mr. Wright, 2 detectives killed at the same time in 2 different places.
Chances of that are very slim. Scientifically speaking, of course. I'd like to exercise my right to cross-examine the witness.
Very well. However, keep your questions focused on the case at hand.
Unless there's evidence to prove... This knife was found on the scene of our crime! I think it makes it connected to the case, don't you? See, there's a lot of things that can go on in the department I can't explain. It's delicate, okay? Sorry, Rado. Maybe there's something about the knife that will give us a clue. Let's examine the knife while we can, Rado. Why are you calling me Rado? Evidence that links the knife to Detective Goodman. Perhaps the pieces are falling into place. I should try presenting the piece of evidence that's had me stumped all this time. So, how were things down at the police department?
Objection! What is this?
Wait a second. Ah, at last, an honest-to-goodness objection. This knife, this has something to do with Detective Goodman.
What do you mean?
Ah, an honest-to-goodness, what do you mean? From Aji. This is great.
Like how he's a fan of ours.
Look at the tag on this knife. It reads SL92.
And this is important. Why?
Over here, we also have a memo that was on the body of the victim. 67S 12/2.
What is this? 6 minus 7s 12/2?
Your Honor, it's upside. Oh, God damn it! Not again! Why was I tricked? The printed name on this memo makes it look like it's right side up. Let me read this. I can't twist my head all the way upside down. Oh, just do it for me. What do we turn around? What do you get? God damn it! February 21st, SL9. Oh! It's goddamn Leon all over again. Whoever wrote this note was holding the paper upside down. At least this one's more intricate. It's actually very intelligent because it's like, oh yeah, the name is there, so obviously, and these numbers can mean a case or a code. And why would you flip it upside down? Well, I guess other people were like, I'm gonna flip this upside down immediately. 11037. Oh, God damn it. I saw 9. That's the same thing that was written on the knife's tag. 11307.
Order! Order, well, Chief.
Ah, well, I guess the cat's out of the bag. You win, Righto.
I win?
Huh. What game is this guy playing? This knife was evidence in the case. It was stolen from the department's evidence room.
No, wait, no, we gotta press this.
So it's stolen from the department's evidence room. So this knife was stolen. Yes, but on the day of the murder. It was evidence, you say? Was it in fact a murder weapon? Nice, good show. A little wordy. It was a murder weapon as it happens.
Oh shit! There's blood on it!
It's bent. It was evidence from a case long since solved. So this knife was stolen on the day of the murder. It was found on the exhaust pipe of Edgeworth's car? Hard to think there isn't a connection there. That was a bad day for the department. We weren't in any shape to do investigations. Something happened to the police department too, huh? You got a good look in your eyes there, Righto, my boy. Sharp, hungry. So, something did happen, and why wasn't I informed? Why weren't you informed? Well, why didn't you ask? Really? You gotta go with that? No matter, I understand you were busy with that Lana's case and all.
We're still busy with it.
What happened? What happened at the police department that day? Okay. Let's talk about the coincidence. 5:15, but that's when Detective Goodman was killed in the prosecutor's office.
What?
Funny, isn't it? A murder at the prosecutor's place, and the murder at our place at this very same time. What are the chances? Coincidence? This is just my gut feeling, but I'd say there's a 0.0001% chance of that happening.
Chief Gant, please tell us more about the incident. What do you mean officially? Like, we just... How can you say there's no connection? Because I'm the chief of police. I skipped that one. Try to understand, Righto. Well, if you can prove this connection, more power to you. Two detectives killed at 5:15. One of the prosecutors, one in the police department. It can't be a coincidence. That knife, what was it doing there? Stolen from the evidence room. Wait a moment. Is this important? It was broken. There's a smudge of paint. Wait a minute. What is that? Oh my god, I didn't see it before. There's a handprint under his eye. I don't think I can present that now. We'll figure that out later. I don't know why I didn't see that. Goodness gracious. Victim's memo found in the car trunk. February 21st, SL9. Just, I already presented the code. I don't know why that didn't really lead much to anything. Knife was evidence. Bad day. Detective killed. I mean, that's a new thing. He says the knife was evidence and it was stolen. So if that's new, then it's not officially linked. We can present this now that we know the code. I least I got my health back. What do you mean it's not officially linked? We literally just presented this evidence that it is. The codes are the same! Okay, there has to be something in the new one. Day of the murder. And created by Detective Gumshoe. I am now stuck again. I'm loading this. Almost forgot about Former and Ladder for a second there. Detective killed in the police department. What a mouse.
Investigated ID card found in the prosecutor's office. Crime scene. ID 584207. I feel like I have something. Goodman has a note on this. Why wasn't it? Stolen from the department's evidence room. How about this broken part? Can I examine the broken part? I guess because it is a piece of evidence. Why was it there? Maybe I'm looking at the wrong thing. Maybe it's just to mislead me. I have to find a contradiction in the statement. Who is the detective? Did I ever say that? Another detective was killed at the police department. That's a fact. Surprising, isn't it, Udgy? I'm lost for words. And the perpetrator, do you have a suspect? Well, there was a suspect. Just arrested him, in fact. Just arrested. That was quick. But there's still a lot of unanswered questions. Maybe you could help, Righto? I suppose I could help, if you'd help me by giving me data on your case. Oh, good one. This kid's sharp. Okay, here's the deal. I'll tell you one thing, and one thing only. We already know that. Stab. We already know that. Where was the victim found? It was in the... So tell me. Where was the victim found? Well, I can't speak on where the corpse was found. You just said you'd tell us a thing! I can say the crime took place in the evidence room at the police department. The evidence room? Wait a second. I've heard of that. Evidence room? Didn't he mention that in his testimony just now? Yep, it was stolen there. Here's the connection between the two cases. You seem happy, Mr. Wright. Happy? Happy. We just got handed our ticket to go to town on this case. The link between the two cases established, we finally have some leverage. Now we can get Gant to testify about the details. I'm gonna save again. It happened in the evidence room. No, I thought that would happen again. It happened before, I swear. I never did this because I didn't think it would be entered the line at 512. No, it's not really helpful. Can't talk much about it. But the things are there. Maybe I used a knife. I feel like this is a bit confusing, because, like, we know the knife and the codes are the same, and it's like, well, there's no connection. Like, what do you mean? There was a murder at the same time, and the codes are the same from two different crime scenes. I think I'll just bring up the knife.
I don't know why that wouldn't be a contradiction. It's obviously important. I don't like this one. Left as evidence in a case. It was stolen from the evidence room. I can't, how the victim was killed. How was the victim killed? It was a stabbing with a knife. That's exactly the same as Detective Goodman. What do you mean? It seems like I'm going to have to press this a bit harder. How many times am I going to press everything? Chief, the defense's position is simply this. The connection between these two cases has already been proven. You don't say. Well, out with it, Wright. What's your connection? Yes, out with it, Mr. Wright. I have to press that? This is ridiculous. What is happening? This man's just talking in circles. The connection is a place mentioned in the testimony we just heard. The knife found in the lot was stolen from the police department's evidence room. Not to mention the victim had on him the case number on the knife's evidence tag. We also know that the detective murdered at the police department was killed in that very same evidence room. Indeed. There do seem to be too many connections for it to be a coincidence. Is this a test? Are you testing us? Like, what is this? You two make a good pair. It took my men 2 days to find out what you deduced right here. Motherfucker, why are we doing this? We already knew the answer, but you had to make me specifically press a specific... Alright. This is like Danganronpa all over again. Chief, I request that you release your information on the victim at the police department. See, that's the tricky part. It hasn't been announced yet and all. Can we get the information unofficially? Sure, why not? It's unofficial after all. What, really? Who would have guessed? I'll cooperate, but I can't reveal the name of the victim at the department, okay? 2 detectives, 5:15. 1 at the police department. What the fuck? He added another thing. So I guess I pressed that one too. This man's talking. Alright. Fine. Good guy, Gant. If you're going to tell us a little, why not tell us everything? Well, case information is sticky stuff. You have to do everything properly. Oh, well, I guess I might as well try to get what I can out of him. ID number. Give me the ID number. Okay, how about you tell me the victim's ID number? Sure, why not? It's not like you'll be able to tell who it is from that. Of course not. You won't tell me their name after all. You keep a tight lid on ID numbers, so don't go getting your hopes up. The number is... It's gonna be the same number as this fucking card, isn't it? 584-2189. What are you doing right now to me? Again, what are you doing? What is this? What is this case? Well, that's quite long. We have to remember these. It drives me nuts. 8, 2... Oh, I can't do it. You didn't even get the first number right. Well, Mr. Wright, does this tell you anything? This tells me something. Yes, it does. Goodness gracious. Actually, it does, Your Honor. It does, I think. Meaning... It has to be what I think it is. What does this mean? Motherfucker, I have the evidence! Phoenix? Well, let's hear what his evidence has to say.
You say the ID number of the detective who was murdered at the police department tells you something. What does it tell you?
It's Goodman's ID card. Witness.
What is it, Mr. White? God, you're grinning like a schoolgirl on prom night.
It's like an anime fan on prom night. No, it's just I got confused. And this is news? Damn! Alright! Jerk. Huh? You just come up with both guns blazing, like you always do. The police department, the prosecutor's office, two detectives murdered at one time. But they're the same detective. Actually, I happen to have the police ID number here.
Oh ho! Is it yours?
No, Your Honor, I'm a defense attorney. You don't even remember numbers. You can't even remember I'm a defense attorney. This is the ID number of our victim, Detective Goodman. Shame on you, Wright. Personal IDs are top secret. Detective Goodman's ID number is 5842189, and just for the judge, I will explain that was the same number that he just said.
And this means what exactly?
Huh?
Wait, that ID number we heard from the chief earlier.
It started with 82. I've forgotten. You didn't even get the first number right again. Oh, what is this, Judge? The number of the chief of police gave us was 5842189.
Oh, wait a second, Wright.
What does this mean? That's what I want to know. These two ID numbers are identical. In other words, the detective killed in the police department's evidence room was Bruce Goodman. He's doing his best. This guy's the worst judge ever. I've had to point out so much to him. That one time in the third trial, I had to point out the studio number letters. Numbers? I can't even. Oh God, numbers and letters. What does our witness think about that? Ho 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 ho! Sharp as attack, Righto. Sharp as attack.
But wait, Detective Goodman is our victim. He was killed at 5:15 in the underground parking lot. I don't know, I put that up.
Yet a detective Bruce Goodman was also killed at the police department in the evidence room at the exact same time.
Objection! That's impossible.
So what we're saying is, it's Bruce Goodman's twin brother, Saul Goodman! I was right! The same person was killed at the same time, in a completely different location. My guess, Kim Wexler. They had a falling out.
Order! Order, order!
Chief,
what does this mean? No. What I want to know is, why didn't I hear about this?
Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm a prosecutor in charge of the case. Okay, you know what? I've been trying to go through this real fast, but I actually have to use the bathroom. I didn't go use the bathroom when I went to go get water, so I'm gonna go do that right now. I'm sorry for putting you in a... As we were on, Edgeworth here was talking about the case and how he wasn't informed, which is, you know, kind of insane. This police department's insane. Yes, it's top secret, fine, but I'm the prosecutor in charge of this case. Now, just wait a second, Wordy. No need to get all flustered. Your Honor, the police department has made a grave error in this case. Wait. I said wait. Or did you hear me? The oversight? The grave error? Mr. Edgeworth? They're yours.
What? How dare?
We informed you yesterday. I believe it was our Officer Meekins who brought you the news. I knew it! I knew that was important. But he said no.
Officer Meekins?
Mr. Wright, where have we heard that name before? Wait! Aha! Meekins. Excuse me, is Mr. Edgeworth anywhere on the premises? I'm here, sir, at the request of Chief, sir. I got your report, sir. You don't mean him. According to Meekins, you didn't accept the report. Hard to believe. But officer, he told me. He said that report had nothing to do with the Lana Sky incident. Detective Bruce Goodman murdered in the police department evidence room. Mr. Edgeworth, the victim's name is written right on top of the report. Good! Well, you should have at least read the report. Why didn't your officer tell me? Honestly, I'm not sure if that officer was capable of making the connection. He did seem challenged. In any case, this is a serious error. A gross negligence of duty on your part, Wordy. Objection, but sir! You could have submitted the report this morning to the court as evidence. Then He's just staring him down. No such luck this time, Wordy. Or should I say, unworthy. Now, what was the second rule of evidence law? Oh, Mr. Wright? Huh? Oh, well, it's, Rule 2. Unregistered evidence presented must be relevant to the case on trial. How is this rule relevant? Normally, you submit a list of evidence to be used in court before the trial. This report wasn't on that list. Bars. So, what does this mean? I couldn't submit this evidence until a connection was proven in court. This is why this motherfucker's been giving us the runaround, because he wanted us to purposefully make a connection. The connection was just proven by Wright over here. Good job, Wright, my boy. No? I was just doing my job. No. No! He's losing it. Can we please go home? It seems we have to come to the end of the trial. Oh, thank God. I know you're going through a tough time, Wordy, with all those rumors. You were even in the defendant's chair just this past December. I apologize for this terrible lack of due diligence on my part. Mr. Edgeworth, please just give me one day. I'll get to the bottom of what happened. If it's the last thing I do. You better get results this time. Really. You have my profound apologies, sir. Poor Mr. Edgeworth. And poor me. My stress levels are going off the roof. I don't think there's ever been an error this serious in the history of this court. I will grant one further day as the prosecution has requested. Will that be sufficient, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, Your Honor. Thank you. Whatever your punishment for this is, for your sake, I hope it's not decisive. Very well, court is adjourned. To be continued. Crazy. That dude was a lunatic. Maybe I could have held it for the last... It was like 5 minutes, to be honest. But, that's dangerous. Never do that. It's bad for your health. We did it. Now we're on to day 2 investigation. This fucking never ends. God. Holy shit. That was a long trial. So I, on the stream schedule, said that, I was going to try streaming this on Tuesday, and then, we'll probably finish it then. I don't think we can, unless I go all out. So we may have to finish it on Saturday, and then I start AI Somnium, which Nirvana Initiative on Sunday. Depends what happens. Because usually on Tuesdays I have a lot of work, and that makes me feel tired. And if I'm too tired, I can't do anything. And on Wednesdays, they told me to come in a little later, and that will be able to stream by the time I get home. No, I probably could, but Oh, well, no, I'll see about that. But basically, yeah, it's coming out the 24th on Friday. I was gonna give people a couple days to play it themselves before they come to my streams, because that's what I do. And I guess I will. I'll probably play it by Sunday, depending if the GameStop order comes in. But yeah, no. Very interesting case, though. I do like the trial so far, even though it's very long. Lots of twists and turns. I can't believe she just basically committed perjury in the court. All because she hates prosecutors that much. We learned so many things. Like the many different types of lunches you can have in bento boxes. So many lunches. But yeah, I'm excited to see where this goes. We now have a break in the case. Apparently, Bruce Goodman can teleport himself, or he literally cloned himself, or he has a secret twin brother, Saul Goodman. I have no idea. It's just a lot going on there. But yeah, I think that's it for today. That was a long time, but we did it.